Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be my TV and movie wrap up for May and June. I guess I've watched like 7 things in the last 2 months. I have a lot of rewatches, but I have watched a few new things as well. I've kind of been all over the place regarding a lot of my watches. For some reason, I would start something, then move on to something else, and I kind of wanted to start rewatching some stuff, so it's just been a little all over the place, but I'm going to start with the movies first. So the first movie I watched was The Idea of You, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. This is a Amazon Prime movie. I'm sure you've all heard of it. A lot of people are calling it a Harry Styles fan fiction, which it is not a fan fiction. The author was just inspired by Harry Styles, nothing else. I just get very frustrated when people always say that a book is a fan fiction or it's a Wattpad book when it's not. That is super frustrating to me. And also, Robin Lee was in the 50 Shades movies, which I love. She played Christian's like business associate or like business partner. And when they get into that helicopter accident, that is Robin Lee. But anyways, let's get into my review of The Idea of You. It was a fun movie. I did enjoy it. Like I said, I didn't read the book, so I don't know how much was changed from the book. I did hear that the ending was quite different. The acting was pretty good. Like, Anne Hathaway definitely sold this movie. I do feel like the movie was successful because of her. She, in my opinion, held the movie together. It definitely wasn't as cringy as I thought it was gonna be. Like, it wasn't weird or like awkward. Like, it was a decent movie. And I do see myself rewatching it in the future. Like, if my friends want to watch it, I would definitely rewatch it. I don't have that much of a problem with it. Also, my computer is overheating. I'm sorry if you can hear that. I did feel the chemistry between Anne and Nicholas. I think they did a great job with the relationship aspect. I do feel like Nicholas was trying a little too hard as Hayes. Like, I felt like he was trying to be like Harry Styles, which I think is why, you know, so many people are like, oh, it's a Harry Styles fanfic and stuff, because Nicholas was acting like Harry Styles. And I know he says his inspiration was not One Direction, but they could have tried a little harder to make changes so it wasn't so similar, if that makes sense. I loved the directing. I loved the cinematography. The lighting was kind of weird in the movie. Like, there were some scenes that were really dark, and then some scenes that just had like very weird adjustment regarding the coloring. The side characters were fine. I really liked the actress who played the daughter. I loved her. I thought she was fantastic. The other boy band members were fine. Like, I didn't love them. I didn't enjoy like the 2 breakups. That was very annoying. It just felt like the movie could have ended, you know? Like, we didn't need to go back and forth so many times. I understand why, and I understand that it made sense, but I just personally found that part to kind of drag. I liked the scene where they said I love you for the first time, and then the scene kind of like throws up a bunch of colors, and I don't know if that's supposed to be like a reference to the painting that Solène loved that made her feel everything. I don't know if that was like supposed to be tied together, but I thought that that was very well done and kind of like a clever reference. I really did like the ending. I loved how hopeful it was. And overall, it was a very fun, entertaining movie. I don't really have any problems with it. I just wasn't like super obsessed with it. And then the other movies that I watched were rewatches, and I rewatched the entire Twilight saga. I basically rewatched them with my friends. We had rewatched the first one at the end of May, and then beginning of June, we rewatched the rest of them, and then we rewatched Twilight again because we were on a little friends trip, and in our hotel room we just decided to rewatch the movies while we were like getting ready or before bed. Obviously, I love these movies. They are a comfort watch for me. I could rewatch them over and over again and never get sick of them. I love them so much, and I'm glad that my friends also love these movies because it's just fun for us to rewatch them, and we probably rewatch them like at least once a year. And if we have nothing else to watch, we just know that we can rewatch Twilight and it'll be fun. Now on to TV shows. Like I said, my watching was kind of all over the place, so bear with me as I go through all of this. I was kind of at this point where I didn't know what I wanted to watch, but I wanted to watch something. I wanted to start a new TV show or rewatch something. So I decided to start Mayfair Witches. This is a TV show on AMC, and it is an adaptation of Anne Rice's books, which I have not read the books, but I really want to get into more paranormal shows. I also want to try to start watching some new ones before we hit the fall so that I could also give more recommendations, because I'm always looking for new paranormal shows to watch and to recommend. So this one I had on my list to watch, and I only watched the first 3 episodes. I was just kind of like over it. Not because I wasn't enjoying it, but I was just like, I want something a little bit more like fast paced or a little bit more different. I wasn't fully in the mood for it, which is my fault. But I did watch the first 3 episodes. I was very intrigued. I really did not know anything about this show. I just knew it was an adaptation of Anne Rice's books, and obviously AMC is also doing Interview with a Vampire, which I know is very popular and well loved, which I also have to watch. There are only 8 episodes for season 1, so I thought I could fly through it. But like I said, I kind of just stopped after episode 3. I will continue for sure. I probably will continue within the next few weeks. I just thought it was very intriguing, very interesting. I am definitely curious to see where the story is going to go, because it has like this very dark, sinister vibe to it. I really just don't know what to expect with the show, which is, I think, what I'm enjoying about it. Yeah, the first 3 episodes were great, and I'm excited to eventually continue. I am so awful when it comes to my TV and movie wrap-ups. I feel like I never explain what the movie or the TV show is about. I don't know if you guys care. Like, do you want to know what it's about or not? I just feel like I always forget to say what the show is about before I start giving my review or my thoughts. But Mayfair Witches follows a neurosurgeon who discovers she is the unlikely heir to a family of witches. She must contend with a sinister presence that has haunted her family for generations. So again, like I said, I was kind of back and forth on what I wanted to watch. So I decided, you know what, maybe I will rewatch something. So I decided to rewatch Reign. This is a CW show. It aired back in 2013 to 2017. It has 4 seasons, and it is basically like a teen drama that follows Mary, Queen of Scots, who faces political and sexual intrigue in the treacherous world of the French court. Obviously, this is not a historically accurate show by any means. There are like bits and pieces that are accurate, but overall it is dramatized for television. I love this show. I do consider it one of my favorite TV shows of all time, and I have not seen the show since probably like 2017, since the last season aired. I have maybe seen like 1 or 2 episodes off and on. If it's like playing on my TV, I'll put it on. I really wanted to rewatch the entire show from beginning to end, and I am currently almost done with season 1. I think I have the last 2 episodes to watch, but I just love the show. I think it's so fun. It's entertaining. It has a lot of romance. It has a lot of drama. I know the costumes are not accurate whatsoever, but I love the costume design. I just think it's so gorgeous. I love the overall setting and vibe of the show. I also forget about everything that happens in season 1, and so much happens in the first season. And now I'm like, I don't even remember what happens in season 2 or 3 or 4. Like, I remember season 4, but I barely remember the seasons in between. I am hopefully going to keep rewatching the show, maybe little by little, but the goal is to probably like watch maybe 2-3 episodes a day. But I'm loving my rewatch of the show. If you just want something fun and entertaining, I highly recommend the show. I will say there is a sexual assault episode in, oh God, I don't remember. I think it's season 3. It might even be season 4. I don't fully remember, but there is an episode like that, so obviously do your research. But overall, I love this show, and I'm very excited to continue rewatching it. And for those wanting to know, yes, I am a Mary and Frances shipper and a Kenna and Bash shipper. And at one point, I wasn't really sold on if I wanted to rewatch Reign. I think I'd watch like maybe 1 or 2 episodes, and then I was like, you know what, maybe let me try to rewatch Revenge. So I actually just rewatched the pilot of Revenge. I only watched the first episode. This was a show that aired on ABC from 2011 to 2015. It follows an emotionally troubled young woman who sets out to exact revenge against the people who wronged her father. I loved this show back in the day. I did watch it while it was airing. I think after the first season, I binged the first season, and then I was watching all of the seasons after. I loved watching the pilot. I did not remember anything about this show. Like, I don't remember how it started. I do remember like very specific scenes from the show, but I don't remember the show as a whole. So it was very interesting to watch the first episode and see like how it started. And I forget the music from the show. I remember how important the music was in the show. It just really set the whole vibe for the show. I think the show also introduced me to Angus and Julia Stone, and I love their music. This first pilot also just felt very nostalgic, and I definitely want to rewatch this show at one point. I don't know if I will jump to it after I'm done Reign, but I definitely have it on my list to rewatch. For the next show, it wasn't really on my radar to watch it, but I had seen that the second season had just come out. And honestly, I haven't really heard like much about the show in general. I have maybe seen like 1 or 2 clips, but I haven't seen a lot of hype for the show. But I decided to give it a try anyways, and that is Pretty Little Liars Original Sin, or like Summer School. I don't really know what the official title is, but I honestly have only just seen the first 3 episodes of the first season, so I am not far into the show whatsoever, but I am really, really enjoying it. This show's on Max. There are currently 2 seasons out, and I guess this is sort of like a spin-off of the Pretty Little Liars series, but I don't fully know if it's a spin-off. I know that like some characters are mentioned, but obviously I haven't seen the full seasons yet, so I don't know how much of it is a spinoff or just like it takes place in a different town, or like I don't really know. I don't know the logistics on where it fits in like the Pretty Little Liars universe. This is what IMDb has for the summary. 20 years ago, a series of tragic events almost ripped Millwood apart. Now in the present day, a brand new set of little liars finds themselves tormented by an unknown assailant. The creator of this show is also the creator of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which was on Netflix, and that is obviously like a very like horror type show, and this Pretty Little Liars show is definitely like slasher vibes, Summerween vibes, and I am really enjoying it. I haven't continued yet just because I have been rewatching Reign and I've just been busy with other things, but I do want to keep watching because the first 3 episodes were like crazy. This one is definitely a little bit more gory. It's on Max, so I think they can do like, you know, they can get away with some stuff, even though it is like technically a teen show. It is very like slasher vibes and kind of gory, which I personally am not usually a fan of, but I'm enjoying it in this show. I'm also enjoying how we have this like mystery surrounding the girls' moms and like stuff that happened when they were teenagers, and now it's happening to their daughters. That is interesting. I'm liking that aspect. It has like the same mystery vibe as the original series, but like I said, it has more of a gory, like sinister vibe. It feels like there's more at risk and like that they could actually die, whereas I didn't necessarily feel that in the original series because it was on ABC Family and it was, you know, much more of a child like show, I guess, even though it had like a lot of mature themes. Honestly, I really should rewatch Pretty Little Liars because I have not seen the original show since, like, I don't even think I watched the last season. I think when the last season was coming out, I was already like over the show. I was like, I don't care anymore, but it would be fun to rewatch it now. For now, I'm just gonna stick with watching this new show, and hopefully I can catch up really fast. I think the second season is done. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't know if it was renewed yet either, but I am definitely interested to see what happens next. And the last show that I have is a rewatch for me, and it's actually a reality television show. I have been rewatching Jersey Shore with my friends. We started season 1, I think, in like May, beginning of May, and we finished season 1 at the beginning of June, and we are currently, I think, on like episode 5 or 6 of season 2. Like I said, this is a rewatch for me. I did watch this as it was airing back in the day when like MTV had their prime time for a lot of television shows. I loved watching Jersey Shore back in the day. I just thought it was so fun and funny and just dumb, you know. It was just like an entertaining show to watch like after school. I think it aired like on Thursdays or something. So after school, I would just watch it with my brother and we would just laugh. And it's fun to rewatch it now as an adult and to see everything that has happened in that show. Some of my friends have never seen Jersey Shore, so it's their first time like experiencing the show, which is so funny. And as we're rewatching it, I'm like remembering a lot of things that happened, which is crazy because I feel like with reality TV shows, I don't really retain like any of it. I just like watch it because it's fun and then I move on to like scripted shows. I would never rewatch Jersey Shore on my own, so it's kind of fun to rewatch it with my friends. So those are all the TV shows and movies that I watched in the last 2 months. I definitely have some other TV shows that I would love to start as soon as possible, and I'm really, really going to try to stay on track and watch some new stuff, keep rewatching some stuff, and not be distracted by TikTok. I think that's my worst enemy at the moment is I'm just on TikTok at night when I could literally be watching like 4 or 5 episodes of a TV show. So I need to get back into that mindset of like watching some TV, reading some books, ignoring TikTok. I love TikTok and I don't want to completely delete the app. So I think I'm just going to try to really just do 15 minutes a day or even like 30 minutes a day because I can't help myself. And then really try to get into TV shows and like actually watch some stuff because I kind of want to make a video of all the TV shows I want to watch or like finish. Even though I made one like maybe 2 years ago or a year ago, I feel like I want to make an updated one. So let me know if you want to hear about the TV shows that I want to watch. But let me know what you've been watching recently, and if you have any recommendations for me, please leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.